Hello, everybody. It is April.
Oh
God, we're in April
yes.
already.
Yeah, right.
Now, now with that Attitude Podcast, aka Rantcast, aka Please God Why Cast, aka Make It Stop Cast, aka I don't
Oh
want to
God,
be here anymore
Nick, please. I'm a little too hard.
Cast, aka Please Be Better Cast.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's asking a little too much.
Asking for the impossible.
Still gonna ask it anyway.
Yeah, right. You learn to stop asking after enough times.
It's like I will annoy everybody into being better.
Annoy everyone.
Yes. Goodness. All right. I know we kind of had a short talk about it in the channel the other day
Yeah.
when I posted it, but
Right.
but yeah, no, little context. What was the name of the thing again?
Scouts
'Cause
of America or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, I initially found out about it on I don't know if y'all have heard of the Diary of a CEO. I don't know that podcast,
Mm-mm.
whatever.
Now.
But you might have seen some clips, but I'll show you later.
Yeah.
But anyway, the on that particular episode, they were like talking about the Lost Boys report that was put together, I think, last year. It's mostly no reports taken in Britain, but it does expand on other parts of the world as well.
Mhm.
But like addressing the loneliness epidemic of men and how there's no programs or resources to help them be better, how they're falling behind in society and things like that for 16 to 24-year olds and things like that, and porn is affecting them, and it's like they just don't. There's no good male role models anymore, and they just expand upon that, and they happy to bring up the Boy Scouts. And as I've said before, I went through all the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, all the way up to Eagle Scouts, back in the day. So hearing this, so like that the Boy Scouts of America was reformed into, what was it, Scouting? Let's see, yeah, Scouting America. So now it's no co-ed; both boys and girls can be in the scouting program together and do all the activities and whatnot, which is great, which is fine. I'm totally completely fine with that.
Yep.
Problem is, like we said the other day, is that now there's no Boy Scouts only program. There's still the Girl Scouts only program,
Yep.
but now there's no Boy Scouts only program, and that's a huge problem. It's gonna cause a lot of problems,
Yeah.
and we already have too many problems. Because I can, again, like I said the other day, because I can absolutely guarantee that I and several of my other male peers and friends I grew up with, they were also in the Scouts. Like we would, way more than likely be in far worse positions right now if we hadn't had the avenue with not only our excellent male role models in our in each of our fathers, but also all the other no fathers and no male role models that we had throughout the scouting programs and no activities and whatnot.
Mhm.
I 100% believe that we would have been way worse off if we didn't have that. We'd be far worse people if we didn't have that. And so now it's not to say that with Scouting America, it can't still work, but I'm just concerned that because we already have a shortage, like a huge, insane shortage of male role models for young boys and young men, especially here in America and Britain and a lot of other parts of the world.
Right.
And they've suffered greatly because of it. Another big one being in the schools where 80, 90 some odd percent of the school staff are female, which again is fine. I mean, women are excellent teachers, but
Yeah.
we they can only do so much. They still there's things that male teachers bring to the table that female teachers can't. And
Yeah.
and again, this also goes back to stuff we talked about before, where how the current education system infrastructure is very ill suited
Mhm.
to teaching and raising boys and young men and things like that.
Right.
So it works great for girls, which is fine. Again, keep that going.
Yeah.
But it's because I think another thing they brought up in the podcast was I think a lot of, or a good amount of some I can't remember the term, but basically no boy only schools where they have double the recess time, and they integrate like a lot more like hands-on stuff in their like classroom settings, and it makes like a huge difference. I'm like, okay, take that. Let's put that everywhere else, guys. Come on, let's go.
Yep.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, like, we don't learn well at all. Just sitting on our hands and knees in the classroom for hours and hours and hours a day, listening to someone drone on and on and on is like, just no, that's not how our brains work.
Yeah.
Like, works perfectly fine for girls, but boys, no, we need the physicality. We need to have the hands-on stuff integrated in there, because it's just part of our biology. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, no, there's just like listening to all this, just like it upset me a lot more than I thought it would. Because I mean, for a long while, because I mean, again, I thoroughly enjoyed my time going through Scouts as a kid and whatnot,
Right.
and in like recent years, like looking back, I didn't think I was like, no, again, I had a lot of fun, but I didn't feel like I was like overly attached to the experiences. But then like
Yeah.
hearing this, and then like and all the other problems cropping up because of it and things like that, I'm just like,
Yeah.
The nostalgia factor is kicking in hard.
I mean, no, not nostalgia, just like the again, just like the utter disappointment, because
Mhm.
we, I don't know, like I'm trying to see like how to word this, because it brought me right back to, I think it was like a couple of years ago at this point. I know I mentioned it before, when I was at work doing my route, going through a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so a little girl, she had fallen off her bike. She's crying. I didn't see her parents aren't anywhere. So like my, of course, gut instinct was no, hop out, go help her. But I hesitated and stopped because I knew, sketchy looking black guy in a upper middle class neighborhood with a van. Oh, what do you fucking think people are gonna fucking think?
Yeah.
Right. So I stayed in my van and just rolled my window and called out to her. It's like, hey, are you okay? Is your parents nearby? Someone? So like I waited for a little bit, and I eventually saw her father running up from down the street. I'm like, okay, cool. And I kept on going. But the fact that I can't do the things like go out, just go out and help people like I was like taught to do in scouting for all those years.
Yeah, exactly. Like...
and like it didn't really hit me like in that moment, but like it was like weeks after, like going like and thinking back to it, and I'm like,
yep.
I was like, what the fuck? I hate this. I really hate this.
Yeah, right.
It's another one of those cases where the few fucked over the many.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the issue is it no longer became the few, though. It became the many. Those few became the many, and now it's a total reverse, where like actually having decent morals and stuff like that is actually the few, whereas the many are gonna keep fucking things over like that.
Mm-hmm. It's like, and now we're at a point where boys and young men are committing suicide at like insane rates now. They're like the more depressed and lonely they've ever been before.
Right.
They're dropping out of education. They're unemployed.
Yeah.
More than ever before. And again, not to say no women don't experience these things as well, but they have infinitely more resources to help them through this than the guys do. So we need to balance this out.
I think women were just taught more social instances to reach out than men, and I think that's a failing on a bunch of parts.
Yeah.
I mean, part yes, part being taught, but also that women are just more naturally social and express themselves emotionally, and like have a much tighter sense of like just coming togetherness and things like that. So that's just
part of our brain chemistry.
Yeah, like, literally,
exactly.
like it all goes down to just like the basics of biology. Like there's gonna be differences in all these kind of things. Like
for sure, but I just meant like we also didn't teach them that it was okay, to reach out and be like, hey.
And here's the thing: you'll have people be like, "Oh, we did try to teach us." Like, you didn't teach enough, though. You didn't do it in a way that a man is going to actually recognize it.
Barely the bare minimum.
Yeah, like. Because like you gotta realize that the way what that works for a woman may not work for a man, and things like that.
But then you have to have men that know what to do, and
Right, and the thing
when you
is, no men are
only
basically
have
learning what to do. So like now we just have a cesspool of like men who have no fucking idea what's going on.
Right, because like again, we've been raised, to be, protectors, providers, and all that
Yeah.
jazz, but we can't do that because, like I said before, like a lot of the jobs available now are well suited for guys, or just like, because what do they say? They because like you say, you go back like 50, 100 years, whatever.
Mhm.
No, back in the good old days when you can work a simple factory job, whatever, and provide for a family of like 10 or whatever.
Yeah, right. And sure, like
Like
women got beat all the time for burning the meatloaf, but like we're gonna exclude that part of it. We're gonna pretend that part doesn't exist in this little world of ours. Just
oh god, you can't just
like
not
you can
make
go
it
ahead,
exist
you can go ahead
though.
and burn the meatloaf for all we care. We just want money to be like situated.
But main thing, there was like, so back then there were a lot more like like heavy duty physical jobs back then, i.e., like whether it be working factories or
Yeah.
infrastructure jobs, whatever it might be. But now with so many things being more automated now, right? And it's like, and
Mhm.
sure, it's not to say no men can't do well in like as doctors,
Right.
nurses, lawyers, whatever. That's really like again, that's those are jobs that really like the top 1%ers get into, like the really talented. No, very few top 1%ers get into. Whereas like the bottom 90, like they're just not suited for that. Yeah. And now again, it just goes back to not enough resources, no final alternatives, or just come together. I mean, we're slowly seeing a trickle of like programs, just like not so much therapy, but like resources for boys and young men to like come talk together, to like find male role models they can talk to and help them through and figure out what to do as they go through life and things like that. But yeah, no, just like looking at some of these reports and graphs of like how, I mean, we knew it was bad, but like finally actually like properly like seeing some like legit numbers to it, I was just like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
uh,
Whereas I'm always like careful with numbers with this kind of stuff because also it's like it's so tough because like
oh
a lot
yeah,
of things nowadays are so skewed and like in biased like
mm-hmm.
fields. Like it's one thing if like I'm looking at numbers like, oh, this is like the estimated population of moose in this one county, but like
Right.
it's definitely different when it comes to actual social structure kind of stuff because then it's like that can be so easily weaponized too by extremist people.
Absolutely.
But
Well,
like
not only
it's like it's definitely one of those
weaponized,
things
but it's
too.
also
Yeah.
so subjective in certain ways
Yeah.
that it's hard
Right, because like
to
also
take.
that subjectivity means it can very easily sway the numbers depending on who does the study or anything like that too.
Yeah. Like, and
It's
again,
really
like
hard to find
Yeah,
true
of course.
neutral.
Yeah, of
and
course,
and
it can
and
still
again, and
give
again,
you
like
an
I always say,
idea.
is like, and again, like I always say, is like, don't just do your Google search and just pick the top result and just end it there. Like, no, multiple sources, people. Come
Right.
on.
Yeah, because like when you look
It's
through
like,
multiple sources, inevitably you're going to find various conflicting information, and then you got to
mm-hmm,
puzzle that together yourself and think about it.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So do the work, right? It's like just goes back to like no, just or early English classes when you're finding writing your essays, and got to find information for your topic and your essays and whatnot, and cite your multiple sources, not just the one. All right, grade school stuff, people. Come on.
But don't worry, they're using AI to do their tests and
Yeah,
everything, so
right.
everything will be fine. The computers will be so much better students.
Yeah, right.
The
But
amount of videos that I've seen of that stupid like Vaseline trick, I don't
Yeah.
even know why they're on my For You page. I'm just like, okay, why are you doing this? Like, what is the point?
Right, and
Not
eventually,
that
like in like all of a day, they're gonna figure out like exactly what's going on. Or
that,
they're
and
just gonna
also
start like,
it's not
yeah,
serving you.
right.
Like, that's not helping you actually learn the thing that you need to learn.
Right. And not only that, that means that you're going to go into whatever field it is, especially if it's a field that people rely on. You're going to go into that field basically like fucking everyone over.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all
because we totally need that.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I dread what that's going to do to the medical field, especially as the medical field continues to slowly reach a more like female dominant thing, because that could like spell disaster, not just like for men, but like especially other women. Is the thing, because when they lack that like proper teaching, and then just like go based off of it instead, like I because they like Vaseline their computer screen and the stuff and won all the tests. Now they don't actually know what they're talking about, and they just go based off their own personal opinion and thoughts.
Right.
And that is dangerous to have in the medical field. Like
because that reminds me. Because that reminds me of another thing. Because that reminds me of another thing. A lot of people they just don't think about it, don't realize it, they just let their it's like achy little gremlin inside just do the talking for them, where it's like, okay, we're, just because we're pro helping men doesn't mean we're anti-women. Like having all these boys, young men, and even older men being in such a shitty state right now affects y'all too. This is like this is
for sure.
This is bringing down
that's
your
where
life as well. So
because like when you allow this kind of shit to happen and put men in a situation where they're set up to fail, those failed men are going to become a dangerous kind of men, and the dangerous kind of men, well, what are they going to target? Women. So y'all are just fucking yourselves over whether you like it or not.
This is where. I miss the classic definition where it was literally just about becoming equal, not becoming
right, and not about
tyrants
in order to give us our rights, we need to steal rights from them or take away rights from them. It's like,
because that wasn't the original
you can
goal.
Get rights without taking rights away from people. Just yeah, but sadly, yeah, now
that was
unfortunately
not
feminism
the goal.
has changed with the modern times.
I hate even calling it feminism because it's not feminism. It's just
it is now. That is what feminism is now. Sadly,
that is unfortunately the current feminism.
Yeah,
like, I don't get specific. You just say modern feminism, but yeah,
basically like.
But I hate even using it like that because that's not what it is. Like it's not correct.
It's not what it's supposed to be
now.
Yeah.
Well, it still isn't even correct. Like, period. They're using their voices for misandry, not actual feminism, because that's just not what it was. It's not what it was built to be.
Yeah. Well, that's the tough part, is because also the big thing is definitions change over time.
I mean, yes and no, but like, I don't know.
I mean, just take a look at the LGBT, the Alphabet Army. Their definitions change on the daily basis.
That's a whole soup that I don't want to get into because I'm not a part
alphabet
of the
soup. You mean?
That's a community that I'm not a part of and don't know enough about to even speak on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like yeah. So all this is like ties into like why like women like poor little MZ here and like many other women around her age and younger can't get a date because again the guys are just like, we're done, we're out,
yeah,
we're eating ourselves out of here.
Yeah, like the guys who would honestly like actually do MZ do MZ well are like just kind of done with this shit, and then the shitty ones are the only ones left in the dating pool now, and it's like, and they're just going around spreading their genes to every woman they can tap. Like
gross.
Yeah, because so even if MZ goes out and then touches grass and
I do touch grass. Thank you.
touches more grass.
Yeah, we need to see a little more grass touching, but like
okay. That sounds vaguely sexual and I hate it.
Go out and tickle that grass. Go ahead and graze that bush.
Oh my god.
But yeah, even if she makes a great effort to go out there, put herself out there, It's like no one's going to approach her, unfortunately, because they're not out there to begin with, because they're fucking done with this shit.
Right.
I'm really nice, guys. I promise.
It's like you say no.
You all know that I am one of the fucking nicest people.
I mean, yes, we know you.
Right. Yeah. Remember, you got to put in the work and prove that though to people.
Yeah, we need to like find a way to like have like a government issue certificate certifying that that MZ is not, that she's not a danger. That she
I'm a
that she
nice
won't
human.
right, that she won't bait you in, right, and then get married and then fucking up I'm bored, divorce you, and then take everything your word. No, we can certify that she won't do that.
See, I never understood that mindset of like just taking everything. That doesn't you built it together, you split it evenly. Get over it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, that just goes to show you're one of the few that was raised right in that aspect.
Well, I was working with a girl who was basically her boyfriend's kids, like his stepmom without being his stepmom. Like they weren't married yet. But she was the one like arranging who picked him up, like who dropped him off. Yeah. And then she was telling me that they can't leave like clothes. Like they have to leave clothes at their house specifically for this kid. They can't just take a bag back and forth because the other mom just doesn't return them or doesn't like pack anything for this kid. And I'm sitting here like, huh?
You're right.
Because I had to go visit my dad every other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just be sent up with a bag. And then I would come home with the same bag with all the clothes that were in there. Like, it blew my mind that they couldn't just do that. Like, apparently the clothes just get stolen and are gone forever. And I was just like, what kind of world is this? I don't understand it.
It's fucked. It is really fucked.
Yeah, things are really going downhill, and they're gonna keep going this way if there's like no, push to like really step up and finally just start to communicate with people. But like, good lord, people do not like to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
No, communicating is hard. Apparently,
and on top of the relationship side of it, that it's the relationship problems that it's causing. Again, like we've said before, marriages at an all-time low, and by association, birth rates are at an all-time low here in the West, and we all know how that's going to affect the country in the next 10 years or whatnot. So
birth rates are actually low like everywhere because nowhere can afford.
Literally nowhere is able to afford living, like reliably.
Well, I mean, no. but like I'm saying is not just the financial side of it, but again, like going back to just no one wants to, no one can trust anybody anymore.
Right.
It's also really sad when I see, because I am on the side of TikTok that shows like babies and moms and like stuff like that because I find them adorable.
Yep.
Yeah, I know I'm a weirdo in this group. It's fine. But it's really sad when people are like super excited and like, I wish I had this when they see a woman help take care of another woman's kid for like an hour or two so she can go get like her haircut, for instance, postpartum. And they're just like, this is what it means to be a village. I'm like, yeah, that's how it was supposed to be. You all are the ones that screwed it up. I don't understand.
Right.
Also, are you making an effort to find good male role models for your child? No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They don't care about the future. They care about the now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like...
Can you lay me down good? Yes, good. That's all I need.
Yeah, and like it oh god, I lost the thought. Damn it.
Sorry.
No. It'll come back to me if you want. I was like trying to pay attention, also look up something else at the same time here. For just because I didn't want to
distract you.
And I didn't want this podcast to be like solely
Nick rant cast.
Like rant / doom and gloom / hate everything / y'all fucking suck. Get your ass together. It's like get good, touch more grass.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it on the radio the other day? There's a I can't remember if it was Google or I can't remember what company came out with it, but it's like it's a touch grass keyboard.
Yes. That's so funny.
I don't think it has like actual like legit grass built in it, but it's just like just like the plastic little offshoots of grass in between the keys coming up out of it, and just touch of grass at the top of it.
That's so funny.
There you go. And I'm like, I get this for Nightmare.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, all we can do is just hope at this point that society will get on board and course correct for everyone's sake.
They overcorrected, and now we need to
Yep.
redirect again.
Yep. Correct with guardrails.
Right. Yes, with
sturdy guardrails.
the bowling alley. What are they called?
Oh,
You put in gutter.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Or, yes, put everyone in put everyone in the no societal course correcting crib.
There you go.
Oh God, see now that God, that reminded me. Did y'all have like when you're like not like still in the crib little, but like no, just old enough to be like sleeping in a proper bed? Did y'all or know anybody that had I mean legitimate guardrails that you could put like along the sides of the bed so that you're
they didn't fall.
Didn't roll the bed during the night.
No, but I do know a lot of modern beds have them.
Because
little kids now.
I can't. Well, oh, you know what it was? Okay, my bunk bed, like
those always had them.
Yeah, because the top bunk by default came, with the railing, so I didn't roll out and fall and crack my head in the middle of the night. That's what it was.
Bunk beds always had them. I know some toddler beds have them now.
Yep.
But not all of them, just some of them.
Yeah, God, I had that bunk bed for so long. Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, my siblings and I slept on my dad's bunk bed from when he was a kid that had no guardrails. Giant-ass wooden thing.
That's a to make him strong and like no protective guardrails on them.
Only the strongest survive.
Like, if they don't survive the fall, then oh well.
Right.
But it got better because my siblings would then also fake push me off the bed from the top bunk. Like they would do that prank, like close your eyes, pretend that you're looking at something, and then would shove me off, and I'd be freaking out, crying. Which they found hilarious because my siblings were assholes.
Oh man. But anyway, let's do a little pivoting here. So the most recent Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're right.
The amount of shit that I've already heard.
God,
I didn't even watch it.
Oh God, yeah. So we've got to see the Switch 2 in a lot more depth, and exclusive titles that are coming out for it, and the insane price point for actually what was the I forget because I know the games are gonna be pushed up to like $80 or $90 something or whatever now.
I think the system was like 500 something.
500 something. Okay.
And that was like including a game.
Including a game. Okay.
I think it was including Mario Kart, and people were just like, well, shit, if that's what that is with a game, what is it going to be base? And even if it's not as expensive base, that's still way more expensive than the original Switch came out as.
See, but now, well, hold on. What is? I need. Why? Because I was trying to remember what the price of like a PS5 is now, and I'm like, it's giving for some reason giving me like the cost in Indian currency. Like, why the fuck are you?
Because you clearly are Indian.
Yeah, right.
Live in India.
Yeah,
Indian.
All right, PS5 started at 500. I don't know if it's changed since or something.
I think it's still around 500, and then I think then for like the Pro is like 700.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like, end of the day,
But
it's
those
like,
are
the big thing is like consoles never were really gonna be, I mean, this was to be expected, honestly, like for a long
Yeah, right.
time, like,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I'm still not
The
getting
cost
it.
in gaming has been like upticking for the
ridiculously
past
high.
5 years
Right.
already. So this is really no surprise.
Right. At the end of the day, it is a luxury. So, like, if people can't afford it, I mean, then, like, technically, boohoo, so sad, when it
All
comes
right.
down to, like,
Learn to budget.
right, basically, Well, in this
I
day and age,
think
especially, dude, holy shit.
It's like kick your parents' ass for not teaching you how to manage your
Yeah,
money
right.
properly.
I spent like $115 on essentially 2 meals for like in groceries, two
Yeah.
meals and some like small little extras.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was stupid recently, and I actually checked for once. Like, I think my like hardcore like budgeting is really paying off because like I I underestimated how much money I had left. So like, cause like I thought I was gonna be left with about like 100 left after doing my rent, my groceries, all that stuff. I actually have 300 left over. Well, nearly 300.
Nice.
Yep. So.
I'll take the extra.
Right. I'm like, oh my goodness. Saved money. Saved money.
Yeah, right. It works.
Right.
I need to sign up for some of the like grocery loyalty shit just to get coupons.
Yeah, of course, a lot of that's going down the drain once Pingu's here for this next weekend. But still,
just
we're going.
clean out. Just comes in and cleans out your fridge.
Right, we're going to the bookstore, so needless to say, I'm in danger.
It's like, she's got money.
Yes.
She can buy her own damn books.
Right. Oh no, we're all buy our own things basically. Just,
okay.
When I go to the bookstore, I'm in danger either way. Because
Yes.
I haven't gotten any books in a long time, and I like the physical copies, so I might be getting a good haul.
What are you planning on getting?
I don't know, because well, I might see if they have the the rest of the PC cast stuff, and just honestly just say fuck it, get Wind Rider, and just finish it that way, depending on if I even finish it this week or not. But I definitely know I'll get the fourth book if they have it there.
I will say I was disappointed by the ending, but that's okay.
Yeah, I guess it might be better I just get the PDF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the PDF, and if you like it enough, then maybe, but
Right.
I'm also somebody that rereads books, so I'm more likely to buy a physical copy of something that I like.
It's like, you're not worthy enough to take up space on my bookshelf.
Right.
Basically.
Like, normally this would be the case where I'd like get a bunch of the Warrior Cats books to catch up, but those have gone so downhill. So like where I basically finished off is where I'm staying at this rate. Like if I'm gonna get more, I'm just gonna read the PDFs because like I don't have it in me to actually buy them.
So I think the thing somebody was saying with the last book, sorry, this is a sidecast now, was that she self-published, I think, the last book, or self-proofread. So there are like names that are flip-flopped in scenes sometimes. So you're like, wait, who are they talking to?
Oh boy.
So get ready for that. And then overall the story was, I was disappointed by the ending.
Damn.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't. It was, it was such a letdown after this like huge build-up. It was just such a letdown. But I need you to read it anyway because I need to like rant at you about it. Okay, thanks. I need you to understand why I'm ranting.
Yeah.
It's like if the stuff you're reading is disappointing, then just write your own. That's what I do.
Right. Basically.
You think I roleplay?
Write your own story.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I write with friends.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Actually, how is y'all's role playing stuff going lately? Because I feel like I never hear anything on like what you're actively doing.
Oh yeah. I mean, partially because like I'm just slow. I've really slowed down. But also partly because like I guess it's one of those things where it's so like niche. We just don't really think to talk about it much around others, rather than just among each other. So that's a huge reason. I feel like even if we were actively doing it still, we'd still probably be like pretty like just amongst ourselves about it.
Yeah, right.
We do
right.
a lot of like
it's so niche that like it just feels like something that isn't necessary to really bring up in conversation randomly in the server. We
right.
Just go to each other, but.
Well, I mean, I just think it's weird because like there's plenty of people like in Beastmasters that do it.
Yeah.
And I know y'all like have your like separate servers that go to do it on, but like there's still a lot of people that do it here, so I was like, why aren't you talking about it?
Yeah, I think part of it too is like we don't all collaborate with each other is the big thing.
No.
We don't all roleplay together
Okay.
because we have different tastes, obviously.
Yeah,
Like
right,
Shadow's a
yeah.
furry.
Yeah.
Saucy has vastly different tastes than like MZ or I.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, God.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. The ones that are here do mostly MM, and I have no, like, it's whatever, but it's not something that I do, or I know really about the realm.
Yeah.
Right.
The only one I really like could like viably say that I talk about it with in this just in the server at like random is Nightmare, but even then she's like constantly dying, so it's hard to do much.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. And with Tick and I, we do a lot of just like headcanon at random.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like random scene at random time. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Is it canon? We don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to do a crossover with my ferret verse, let me know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Right. Extending the offer to everyone watching.
I mean, I'm supposed to be set in that series anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah. To be taken by the Amazonian warrior ferrets.
Yeah, right. MC is like hide into the ferret world.
Right.
Where I live, didn't you know?
Oh, we have reached our time, by the way.
Oh,
No.
goodness.
Actually, a little past, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We definitely hit our timestamp.
Excellent. Well,
Nick's just dying in the corner there. It's fine.
no, I'm stretching. Oh, God.
It's close to dying.
No, if I was dying, I would be saying, "Oh God, help me, I'm dying."
Yeah, right.
Would you though?
Yeah, no, I would be like, "Oh, yay!" Actually, no, sorry. Yes, hell yes, I'm finally dying. No more taxes.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
No more bills. No more taxes.
Yeah, right.
Blech.
It's like I'll be silent for like a few seconds, like, but wait a minute, Monster Hunter. Oh, but taxes. But Monster Hunter.
Yeah, right.
The conflicting emotions
Ah!
can never get away.
Right.
Lucia Chris in the summer. No. Ah.
Like, that's power.
So what I'm hearing is we need like micro deaths where you die for a little bit and then just come back for things that you actually like.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just called being
like
in a coma.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's like a free
Yeah, right.
trial of death.
Medically induced coma. It's like,
Perfect.
wake me in X amount of time.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that's been another episode of the Not With That Attitude podcast / rantcast / all that other stuff that I said earlier that I don't remember.
It's too much. This is when you need to cut down.
No, never enough.
Oh God.
Like they need to know
Yeah, right.
how disappointed I am in them. All right.
Yeah, right.
That sounds like a very dad saying.
Yeah.
I don't think you want that in
Yes.
your life.
I could just say how much I hate everybody, but no, I can't even be cared to hate y'all. No, I'm just
Yeah, right.
disappointed in y'all. All right. It's like,
Nick going full dad.
yeah, right. Yeah, you hear that, Pangu? I'm apparently entering my daddy era. There you go.
You did this to yourself. You walked right into it.
It's like has no kids, but still somehow daddy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just how that works, Nick. We'll talk about it later. Anyway.
All right. Well, hope you all had fun. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. All one, maybe 2 or 3 of you that listen to this.
Yeah, right.
It's
Well,
fine.
I guess we'll see you next time.
Farewell, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.